What is going on, video game fiends, and welcome back to the channel to another demo of the week. This is number 4. We are taking a look at Nioh 3. This is an alpha demo, so it should be a little rough, but to my surprise, it actually wasn't, and we're going to talk about those points in a few. First, I'm going to get myself familiar with the game and its controls, so I'm going to go through all these settings, and I'll be right back.
My lord, it seems that Eos has fled.
I've already cut off that cursed escape route. After him.
Yes, sir!
It's here, Nioh 3. A lot of rumors circulating for the past couple of years that they were working on this, and to everyone's surprise, they released an alpha demo out of nowhere, sort of a shadow drop per se. What is Nioh 3? And before I even go into that, you'll probably see some mix of gameplay here. This is the very beginning, so you're going to see some of this stuff here, and I'll probably skip through some other areas. So just wanted to point it out real quick. So let's get into it. Nioh 3. It's Nioh 2, but an open world, and it takes some cues from Rise of the Ronin. Where Nioh 1 and Nioh 2 were linear games, Nioh 3 has an open world. Very similar to Rise of the Ronin, and it works well so far based on what I've played. How big this world would be is yet to be seen, but the exploration felt good overall. I didn't feel stuck in trying to do or go any one way. That just added so much more fun and you know, added that freedom to the game that people love. However, there are times where things can get really spicy with the enemies. We have options of silent attacks or going in gung-ho and trying to maneuver and make combat choices against pack of enemies. And there are packs of enemies. Your choice in some cases on how you want to maneuver through these camps. You'll also see huge wandering elite enemies that you can take a crack at and get obliterated like I did. Sometimes it's best to let those encounters sit for a bit until you get more powerful. Trust me, my stubborn ass knows all too well.
We'll hold off the intruders!
Yes!
I gotta say, for an alpha, the combat gameplay really wowed me. It felt very fluid. Feels like you're slicing butter. Even with the new feature introduced in Nioh 3 where you can switch from ninja to samurai, it felt very optimized. I personally played with the ninja, that being the most dominant one as I played throughout the alpha just because of its speed, and it just felt so fast compared to the samurai. Samurai felt a little bit slow but extremely powerful. This is also a good time to introduce how you do the burst attacks in Nioh 3. This time, when an enemy glows red for their unblockable, now the way you counter is by changing from the ninja to the samurai and do that counter attack and continue to do your next chain of attacks. This actually felt good for an alpha, and I was very surprised at how well it performed in the game. And for me, it's a very much welcome addition. I think it added something new, something different, and it felt great. Here's what the beautiful backstabbing attacks look like. Really well done. And now we're going to take a look at what the ninjutsu and samurai or Ronin, whatever you want to call it, gameplay looks like when you switch back and forth. And there you also got to see what the burst attack looks like. I think it's very effective, very easy to do, so even new players will be able to do something like that.
Join our Lord. I will keep them at bay. So long as I hold this spear, none shall cross this line.
Dare defy me, Yamagata, the mightiest of Takeda's Crimson Army? Most foolish decision!
The other thing I wanted to mention was the skill tree, which looked really good. It looked like it had a lot of depth and a lot of choice of attacks. Both ninja and samurai have their own trees respectfully. I'm not going to go over them here because things could change a bit down the road, because a lot of this stuff that will change is going to be based on player feedback. That's why Team Ninja decided to release this alpha. It's the reason it exists, right? Team Ninja is very much looking forward to hearing what we all have to say, but I think a lot of gamers will be surprised by the depth of the skill tree. Also, yes, co-op is a thing and we'll be back, and for sure I will be playing with Deathwing as I did with the Lords of the Fallen series. Fun days for sure. So, what are the things that I didn't like about the alpha so far? I will say there really wasn't much. I was having a ton of fun, but the one thing that really kind of irked me a bit are the graphics. I think the graphics need a big haul. Team Ninja is continuing to use the Katana engine, which was first introduced in Wulong Fallen Dynasty. They also use this same engine in Rise of the Ronin. However, it looks dated to me. It feels like an engine they brought in from the PlayStation 3 era and have just been updating it since. However, I will say that the performance was very optimized for an alpha. I was extremely surprised on how well the performance was overall. Even when you have multiple enemies on screen and lots of things going on, it worked really well. I do hope in the future they update their engine to a more modern times, especially it being an open world. It would benefit from a much broader and beautiful looking environments. Think Horizon Forbidden West type graphics. Maybe they should hit up Guerrilla and try to license the Decima engine from them. Just saying. With that said, I'll take amazing gameplay over graphics any day, but I want both for a game like this. Rise of the Ronin, a lot of people, from what I read, didn't like the way it looked, and it really didn't look that good at all. And for a lot of players, graphics is a big thing nowadays. when you see games like Death Stranding 2, Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man, Stellar Blade, you know, the list goes on. It just feels very dated, and I think Team Ninja should definitely look into somehow upgrading that same engine, because obviously the gameplay is fantastic, but graphics, it's really enticing for a lot of players. Having both gameplay, great gameplay, and great graphics would allow the game to be that much more appealing to maybe a newer crowd aside from the veteran players. And the other thing that bothered me a little bit was the menu system. The menu system seemed a little bit all over the place. I don't know, maybe it's just me. You let me know in the comments if you played the demo, if you felt the menu was a little bit out of context. I think it was, coming in as a new player, and I think for new players in general, it might be a little confusing for some of them. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm used to other, you know, other menus and other UIs in other games, but it just felt a little weird for me. What I got from playing the alpha is that this game has the potential to bring Nioh 3 to a much broader audience. It also has a gameplay mechanics to entice veteran Nioh players with how deep the gameplay is and what new things it brings in so far. When polished, there is no doubt that Nioh 3 will make a huge splash and succeed where Nioh 2 left off. Brilliant? I think we can use something bigger than that word if my gut feeling is right, but I'll leave that until the full release. But the question is, will it play? Yes, 100% it will play. I look forward to hopefully playing a beta if they release one in the future, seeing what changes come about from player feedback, and I'll definitely be counting the days until launch day. However, if you played the demo, let me know how you felt about it, especially if you were someone that played Nioh 1, well, not even Nioh 1, but Nioh 2, because this is pretty much Nioh 2, but in an open world. So subtle differences here and there, some major differences here and there, but this is Nioh 2. This is Nioh 2, guys. This is pretty much open world Nioh 2. So that is pretty much it for my preview of Nioh 3 and the demo of the week, and will it play? And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to having you here on my next demo of the week and will it play. But until then, please do what my beautiful goddaughter loves to say:
like and subscribe.
on to the next one. Keep on gaming.